Hey there, you get me today. Kip's sick. His throat was hurting and he was all hoarse and has a headache, so you got me. And today I'm going to show you some of the things the boys got for Christmas, the little guys. Seth and Ty love to play in the kitchen, my kitchen. They have a little corner play kitchen, but it's kind of small and it doesn't have very much to it. It's got like a little oven and microwave. I'll show it to you. This is an old one. There it is. There's my broom for some reason. It's over here. So this is their play kitchen, and both of them together playing at it, they end up fighting over like who gets to stand in front of the stove area. So to remedy that, I took an old piano bench that we have. We don't have a piano, but there was just a piano bench in this house when we bought it, and the boys had been sitting on it, but it was kind of getting like worn out, and the top part that opens and closes like was coming off. So I nailed it shut and I repainted it, and now it's like it's their island, their kitchen island. That's what I made for them. So here it is. It's just nothing fancy, but this is the addition for their kitchen. And here are a couple of the toys they got. They got this from their aunt to, you know, go in their kitchen. This actually runs water if you put water in this top part, which is really hard to open. It's the only, I mean, like I can barely open this thing. Let's see, only downside. Like seriously, I can't even open it right now. Unless they glued it shut. No, there it goes. I was trying too hard. Okay. If you put water in that, fill this up, put water, it trickles down. I'm not gonna do that right now because I already have another toy with water in it. This is their little toaster they got. It's cute. And my sister, when she got it for them, I said, oh yes, perfect, because they're always playing in my coffee maker and like wrecking it. And so when she said I'm getting them their own coffee maker, I'm like perfect. And I'm like, and a toaster, so they won't play in the real toaster, because they want to do all these like kitchen things, because I'm always in here, but they just needed, you know, they just needed their own little play space. So now this they did not ask for. This is one of those gifts that Santa surprised them with, because he knew what they needed this year for Christmas, and they each got one. Both Ty and Seth got one of these, and this was the best one for them, because when I do dishes, they both want to help so bad, and I want them to help, but it's not helpful. I mean, a 2- and 4-year-old end up just, they literally end up in the sink. Like that's happened so many times. I'm like, okay, here, you can rinse these out, and then I like walk away from it and I come back, they're both like shoes on in the sink. So I'm like, no more helping me with dishes. Sorry guys. But they love it. They love to play in the water. I mean, a bunch of kids do. And I remember thinking this a few months ago. I was like, I wish there was some kind of like sink toy, you know. I'd never heard of one, and then I did after a few weeks later. A friend told me about one. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, I hope Santa brings them one, and he did. Santa's so smart like that. So here is their new sink toy, and we have two. I'm going to show you one. There were actually 2 different brands, and they got one of each, but they're practically identical. Now, what are the name brand? I don't know. It's one I think was like Spark something. The other one was like something with home in it. Anyway, I could look those up and tell you what they were, but this one is orange, so I don't know, like if you see one with an orange tub, it's that brand. But they're the exact same thing. They look identical except for colors and the name brand. But I'm gonna show it to you. Here's the sink. It's very cute. You fill up this water basin. This pops off, and you put the water in. I suppose you could fill it up just like that, but it's just easier to just pop it off and then click it back on once you fill it up with water. And there's a line to tell you how much to fill. And then you have your plates and little cups and forks, and this little thing like your drying rack that comes out. And it did come with stoppers. Actually, one brand came with stoppers, one didn't. I don't recommend the stoppers, because if like all the water gets filled up in here, then it won't have any water to draw from down here, and it could burn out the motor, I would assume. So it recycles the water, because it does run. I'll show you. And if it, there it goes. Sometimes you have to do it back and forth to get the water going the first time, and the instructions tell you that. But once it gets going up through here, it runs pretty good. And the kids love this part because it feels like a real sink, and they can do their dishes, and they can use their scrub brush. And this is pretend soap. You can't add soap to this at all. You just, it's all pretend. Soap would be bad, I guess, for the little motor thing. So there's that. And it has the battery pack in here pops out. And when I had to change the battery before I started this video, and I thought, oh my gosh, like the batteries are actually pretty much submerged. But with the pack being, you know, that you screw it on and it's somehow watertight. So that's good, because I was wondering, like, once I open this thing up, if the batteries get wet or anything, will it short out? But I mean, as long as you dry this off before you take the batteries out and change them, I think it's fine. So yeah, this clicks in and out. The first time you use it, like I said, you might have to, it says to go back and forth to kind of get the water going. And they have all these like little troubleshooting steps if something's not working. But both sets worked really great, you know, right out of the box. And this one just had a battery change, and it's still working good. Now, how long the battery lasts, like, I'm not sure, because that's the thing. The kids will sit here and have it going, and they might walk off and forget it. So then I have to come by, you know, make sure you turn off your sink. But it's recycling the water, so pretty much it shouldn't, like, you know, as long as you don't have the stopper in, it'll refill, you know, itself, so you don't have to worry about it running out of water. There it goes. So that is the sink toy that we all love now, because it keeps them out of my sink. I think I love it the most. Let's see what else I was gonna say about it. Yeah, the two different brands, I don't see any difference in them, other than one had a stopper, and it came with two stoppers, because both of these little sink wells have holes. See, there's the stopper that you can put in if you do want to fill up maybe one side. But again, I would be just careful not to let it overflow. But yeah, it was definitely, I give it 5 stars for sure. And the boys absolutely loved it. Even Noah, who's 7, was sitting here, like, you know, playing with them. He loved it. And I like that the basin like snaps on, and it's pretty sturdy. Like, once you get the water in there, it weights it enough that they're not easily gonna tip it. But so yeah, that's what I got for today. Just a little toy review that it's probably not helpful, because I don't have the brand names like right in front of me. I can't remember. Maybe we'll like post it in the comments or something if, you know, Kip wants to do that, since he does all the work. All right, well, there you go. If you have questions, I guess you can post them in the comments, or just Google sink toy. But all right, well, what do they say? Keep it real. See ya.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to watch more videos, click right there or right there. If you want to subscribe, if you haven't already, click the circular button right down there.
Bye. Bye. Maybe I'll do this.
You don't have to point. I'm going to do the editing thing in the video.
Bye bye.
Do the magic fingers.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Dabba-dee.
Dabba-dee.